guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the first video of 2026. After Christmas and after the holidays, I was honestly feeling a little run down, so for the next couple of videos, this will probably just be a voiceover instead of me pausing and talking to the camera like I have in the past. Getting back into putting my house together and decorating after the holidays, I really just wanted to use this as kind of a peaceful and quiet experience, so I figured, well, I can still film even if I'm not talking. So as you can see, I'm just kind of putting my kitchen back together. That's kind of what I started with, since some of those things already hang out in the kitchen when I put stuff away for Christmas. But it honestly just felt so good to put my Christmas stuff away and have some lighter, airier decor back on the countertops. And then actually those little guest towel napkins, I got those from HomeGoods for like $4. They're super cute. It looks like they're embroidered, which just looks so nice. It's just a nice touch. And then, of course, getting my regular candle back in the kitchen, and it just felt really good to have some neutral things back in this space. But I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. It, again, just kind of feels good to get back into a routine. And then, like, here I'm going to start stripping the couch, and it just feels really good to have all of the furniture and blankets and pillowcases and rugs and surfaces all clean. I definitely felt like once Christmas is gone, no different than when I clean the house before putting Christmas up, I definitely love to do a deep clean after Christmas. And especially because we host a party here, and so while I cleaned after the party, there's just a difference between that real deep clean when there's no other decor around or anything else. And so that's kind of what I wanted to get started with. I already did some cleaning like elsewhere, like floors and things, but this room I really wanted to strip the cover off of this couch. Now, this couch was actually a Facebook Marketplace find, and I think I got it for like $150 maybe. But I just love it so much because, as you can see, you can take the whole thing apart and wash everything, which is just so nice and feels so good. And then not only does it feel good and look refreshed, but the smell after you wash a full couch cover is so nice. I think probably soon I would love to take down like all of the curtains in the living room area also and give those a wash, because I don't know if any of you've ever done that, but when you let them hang dry, the smell, it is just so nice and fresh in the house. But it just felt so good to get those started and washed. And then actually, while I was washing those, this is going to get into a recipe, which I've never shared before. This is a white chicken chili recipe that I got from my mom, which I believe she got from a neighbor when we were kids, and I love to make this once it's finally cold outside, and it's super easy. So I just get a rotisserie chicken, pull it apart, and it doesn't have to be super shredded. It all kind of depends on what texture you like in your chili, but it's about 4 cups of shredded chicken. I like to do a little bit more than the recipe asks for, just because I like the texture of a little bit thicker of a chili. And then coat a pan with oil, and then I just add in a full bag of frozen pre-chopped onions. It's like $1 for the bag, so honestly so much easier than chopping an onion. And then add a can of the green chilies, mix that up, let it simmer for just a little bit until it gets soft and has that caramelized look, and then add a little bit of flour. This just kind of helps thicken it up, and then later on I do add extra flour before it starts to simmer, just so it gets a really nice thick consistency. And then add a bunch of different seasonings. So I do cumin, chili powder, and I think cayenne pepper, and then mix that up. You can also, if you wanted to, you could probably use taco seasoning too, kind of that same flavor. And then just add 2 cans of the white beans. and then I'll let that mix together for a little bit. And then you also need to add a little bit of chicken stock, and again, you can see I'm adding more flour. Super easy recipe though. You could probably Google any sort of white chicken chili recipe and it's probably pretty much the same. I don't even measure anymore. I've made this recipe so many times that I kind of just throw things in a pan, and then I just let it sit on low heat for probably, I don't know, a good 20 minutes, just so it gets a good, nice thickness. And then add in the chicken, and then again, let that simmer for a little bit. I feel like the longer, you know how they say low and slow, I feel like the longer it cooks low and slow, it tastes the best. You could probably very easily make this in a crock pot and leave it. I just feel like this is probably a little bit quicker than trying to let it cook all day. And sometimes if I'm making it for dinner that night, then sure, I might not let it simmer as long, but definitely delicious. And then I do feel like sometimes the seasonings cook out a little bit, so I go ahead and just add a little bit more when it's kind of right before I'm ready to serve. So now that it has sat and cooked for a while, you can see the thickness is just a little bit different. Plus, now that the chicken has been incorporated, it's just so much better. And I also feel like the longer you cook it, especially if you're using a rotisserie chicken, that flavor really does make a difference. And then I just usually add some sour cream, and I just had tortilla chips on hand, but they have little like tortilla strips that you can add to it, or I have actually used Cape Cod kettle cooked jalapeno chips on top, and that tastes delicious. If you're somebody who likes something spicy, I highly recommend. And also, kind of the way that the kettle cooked chips cook down in it, I don't know, it's just super good. So once I had finished cleaning up the kitchen after dinner, I actually did a little bit of work and then I just went to bed. So this is the next evening after work, and now that everything had finally had time to dry and go through all the cycles, I came back and put the couch back together, which this fabric, I would say it's kind of like a white denim. I don't know how else to describe it. If you have one of these couches, you kind of know what I mean, but it's actually quite stretchy, so it's really easy to get back on this couch. And then you can kind of see on the other arm, there's like a little wet spot. That was just like a wet spot from pulling it past the washer. It comes out perfectly clean every time. It's so nice. Maggie loves to hang out on this couch, so oftentimes her little paw prints can be on it, but because it's washable, honestly, I really don't mind because it's a really nice couch, or really nice durable fabric. Also, a tip is if you have light furniture like this, you can Scotch guard your entire couch. I know people use Scotch Guard, for shoes and things, but I highly recommend Scotch Guarding your upholstery, and I just feel like it makes things come off so much easier if you're trying to spot clean. So once I had the couch kind of put back together, I just wanted to come over here and do a little bit of a chom on the chair, which, if you guys have never heard of that, it is like a new and improved version of a lint roller. If you have pets, kids, anybody with fuzz or any sort of lint, whatever, on any sort of upholstery, it is the best thing. It grabs the little hairs like I've never seen before. And honestly, sometimes it works better than trying to vacuum your couch, which I do vacuum the couch when I take the cushions off, but it is just the best thing ever. And it felt so good to get this little bookshelf put back together. That candle warmer is actually from the guest bathroom when I decorated for Christmas, and I just thought bringing the black over to this bookshelf made more sense than the one I had there previously. I feel like it just really ties in kind of the same finish of the lamps that are over on the bench. And then these little things I've had for such a long time. They definitely lean more coastal, but I mean, I think they could also be neutral decor. And a few of these things are sentimental, like that little pelican we have had for years as a family, and then I got to take it. So a few of these things, it's also, decorating your home is also about just putting out stuff you like, to be honest. It can be thematic in color, but it doesn't always have to be specifically on trend. Now, this little wooden ball that I place here, I actually end up taking that away. I messed with it a few times, and then I just decided, you know what, it's not needed over here. I have enough stuff going on. And then I put my regular books back. I usually keep this stack over here, but since fall, you guys have actually seen a lot of the stuff kind of move around a little bit. So now we're just getting back to what my house normally looks like, which is kind of a first to share on the channel. So that's kind of cool. So when I was putting things back on the bench in the front room, I actually had this candle that I haven't burned in quite some time because it's burned down to the wick. So I thought I would get out my new candle making kit that my little brother got for me for Christmas and re-pour this candle, which was so nice. It's just nice to finally get to use this candle again, and I highly recommend getting one of these kits if you have like old candles that you really like the look of, but maybe you don't care if they have a scent or not. You can buy scented oils, of course, on Amazon, but this was kind of just a really nice little fun craft to do this evening as well. Very relaxing. And then, of course, have my hydrangeas back out. And then that large candle is actually a sand and fog candle that my mom found for all of us kids at Costco. So that's a really good find. But here in a minute, I'll kind of just do an overview of this room. And I am just so glad to have everything kind of falling back into place, getting back into the swing of things. And I am just so glad to be starting off the year with a relaxing video, and I hope you all are also starting off the year with a relaxing routine as well. Okay guys, here is the front room, all refreshed. Everything is clean. I even shampooed this rug off camera, so the rug is completely clean and fresh. You can kind of tell it looks brighter. It's still a pretty bright rug on its own, but it just looks cleaner and fresh. And put my bookshelf back together, which this candle warmer, I think that's adorable. I got that originally it was in the guest bathroom for Christmas, but I liked it for out here, so just moved it out here so that we had added a pop of black. I had a different one up here, but this one looks better, so I just relocated my other one. Let me see if it'll focus on the light here. Put my bust back. I have my books per usual, some coral. This is just stuff that stays here pretty much year round. I don't really change this up too much other than really for fall, which I did that for the first time this year, and then of course Christmas, but that's just my usual stuff. It's just kind of placeholders, but a few sentimental things. And then I put my Ralph Lauren bolster pillow, throw blanket back. This, with my ottoman, refilled it with blankets and stuff, which I don't know if I've ever shown the inside, but this actually really does hold a lot. I don't know if it really shows it, but I can also fit on top of that a full queen size comforter in there as well, which is usually what I have in there because I lay with that on the couch pretty often. And then finally reset my little bench over here, which I just love this bench so much. I'll be sure to take a video and put that in what this looks like during the day. And it's even pretty with the lamps on as well. There, now you can see it with the lamps on. And it's very cozy with the lamps on, but obviously I love it with them off. At night, it's just so cozy. But over here, I just have some coffee table books. My mom gave me these, I think, last year for Christmas, I want to say. Yeah, it was Christmas. And then you guys saw that I actually refilled, I guess, or repoured. I don't know why it's not focusing, but repoured this candle. I've had this candle for forever, and I think it's such a cool like vessel. It's ceramic. Hold on. Okay, I had to clean my lens there, but it's ceramic and textured, and it's an uneven shape. It's really cool. I've had that sitting there for so long with little tea lights that I had placed in it because the wicks were so short and they burned down. So I repoured this. My brother actually gave me a candle making kit for Christmas, so I was able to use that and repour this candle, which was so awesome because I've been wanting to do it for literally years, so I just used it as a decor piece. And then I have some hydrangeas in the back, which are my absolute favorite, and I love when it is time to refresh after all the seasons and I get to bring my hydrangeas back out. I love them. And then this huge candle, I don't know if the size quite shows. Let's see if I can get my hand there. Here, my fist there. It is a huge candle. It's a huge sand and fog candle. My mom actually found it at Costco. So I thought that was awesome, and it smells so good and fresh. But I just thought it was really pretty over here. And then I've had these pillar candles for quite some time. Eventually I'll just replace the pillars inside, which is awesome. So this is kind of a really easy, inexpensive way to have candles if you don't mind it not being scented all the time. Or it's a nice way to honestly add the same ambiance without having a bunch of conflicting smells, because I love to have multiple candles lit, but the smell altogether is very overwhelming for me. And I like a really specific clean house hotel smell. I would say that's how I describe all candles that I have. And I'm not sure if I've shared it on here before, but I actually have a house diffuser. It is the Marriott Beach Villa smell. It's kind of like what they use at retail stores, different hotels. It's something that connects to your HVAC system, which is pretty cool. And you can get it in all different hotel smells. So, and it's just an oil, so you could put it in your own diffuser even. But I don't like a bunch of different smells all burning together, so I like having some unscented ones around. But I just like how it all reflects in the window and looks so nice. And then I just have my usual Serena and Lily catalogs. I think they're just so pretty. So many of the covers are so beautiful and seasonal, so I just always have those laid out. And I love how this room looks. It's such a cozy space to sit and relax, and it's just so nice, especially when the daylight comes in the morning, or the sunlight, I mean. It's such a nice space. And this spot right here, this is where she sleeps all the time. So that's kind of why I threw that blanket there, because she loves to lay right on that spot. So this is pretty typical for her. I originally had a different couch here, and I was really worried that when I got this couch, she wouldn't like it the same, but clearly that's not a problem. I don't want to say her name though, because she'll look at me. But so I did this space, and then I also just refreshed kitchen. So, or this half of the kitchen, I should say. So everything is back in order. I love these napkins. I thought these were so pretty from Home Goods. When I decorate the bar hutch, I also want to put one of those there. Put my cookbook back out, or cookbooks I should say, throw them back up there, and then just cleaned up a little bit. So this part of the kitchen is nice and good. Obviously sans dirty dishes and my wax warmer, but you can see like that's kind of just stuff that stays there. The table's not set up all the way and things like that, but first little part of a refresh is done, and it feels so good and so clean. Just feels nice to have my regular home put back together, especially when it's such a cozy space like this. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have had a wonderful start to the year. And I hope that you guys stick around while I reset my house and we now move through some new seasons together. So I will see you guys in the next one.